अब मैं प्रोफेसर सलमा अहमद फारूकी मैडम, डायरेक्टर HK शेरवानी सेंटर फॉर दक्कन स्टडीज़, मौलाना आज़ाद नेशनल उर्दू यूनिवर्सिटी से ख्वाहिश करता हूं कि वो तेलंगाना के संस्थानों का इर्तिखा पर इजहार ख्याल कीजिए। वेलकम मैडम, आइए।
बेहद शुक्रिया। मुझे ज़रा इजाज़त दीजिए कि मैं अंग्रेज़ी में बोल सकूं, क्योंकि मैं ऐसे एक मौजू पे बोलना चाह रही हूं जो बहुत ही वसी है एंड ये हम 13th and 14th सेंचुरी के बारे में बोल रहे हैं, तो इससे हमें पता चलता है कि समस्थान की इर्तिखा किस तरह हुई है। Respected dignitaries on the dais, distinguished audience, good morning, adab. I am speaking to you all today about a topic which deals with evolution of the Samastans and about the development of linguistic trends or linguistic identities in this region. This becomes very important. At the outset, I thank Anil Kamineni Sahab immensely for having inviting me here today, to give me the opportunity to speak to you all about the evolution of the Samastans. यहाँ पर समस्थान होल्डर्स भी हैं। अभी बोला गया कि अनुराधा रेड्डी तो हमारी बहुत ही अजीज़ हैं एंड जतप्रोल के भी समस्थान होल्डर हैं। तो आई एम वेरी हैप्पी टू नोट दैट आई एम स्पीकिंग एट एन ओकेजन वेयर द समस्थान होल्डर्स आर हियर सो दैट we can build upon the history and know more and delve deeper into the past about this particular period. I want to talk to you all specifically about a period in Deccan's history that has been overlooked. That is 1323 to 1347. These two dates are very important. 1323 pertains to the fall of the Kakatiyas and 1347 is the establishment of the Bahmani rule. During this period, a lot of political events took place and there were a lot of shifting political alliances. This is what builds up the history of the Samastans in particular. We see that Alauddin Khilji in the late 13th century had come up to Dwara Samudra, that is in Karnataka today. And he maintained the status of the tribute-paying states. After that, we see in the next century, Muhammad bin Tughlaq had come and he had conquered Warangal, Dwara Samudra, Kampili and Madura. And from there, he did not maintain the status of the tribute-paying states as Alauddin Khilji had done. And then we see that he shifted his capital from Delhi to Devagiri, that was renamed Daulatabad, because he could not administratively look after the entire south, being based in the north. This is a very important moment when he shifted the capital to Devagiri, which he renamed Daulatabad. After some time, after a few years, he wanted to shift the capital back to Delhi, but everybody did not go back. Some people stayed back, and this becomes a watershed moment in history because people from the north came and got based over here. This is one part of as an introduction, I'm telling you about the history. But in the bargain, what had happened was many petty principalities, many rajas and the rajwadas had lost their authority, had lost their autonomy. So naturally there was a sort of disgruntlement and they wanted to get back their sovereignty. In order to do so, there is one particular text in Telugu known as the Prataputra Charitramu. That particular text is very important for Samastans because from there we come to know about a social category by the name of Padmanayakas. Now the Padmanayakas were a group who evolved at that time in the Deccan, and they were given authority by the last Kakatiya ruler, Prataputra Deva, to go back into their realms and to establish their authority from the local basis. ये बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट हो जाता है क्योंकि ये 16वीं सदी तक के ये सॉवरेनिटी अथॉरिटी जो उनको दी गई थी ये कायम रहती है, क्योंकि ये अथॉरिटी के तहत ही अलग अलग छोटे प्रिंसिपैलिटीज़ या छोटे किंगडम्स दोबारा एक शक्ल ले सके. तो हम देखते हैं कि पद्मनायकाज में दो बहुत ही अहम लीडर्स एमर्ज हुए। वो लीडर्स कौन थे? अन्नपूर्णा नायका एंड उनके भाई मादा नायका। ये दो भाइयों ने पहले तो कर्नूल, नेल्लोर एंड गुंटूर रीजन्स फतेह किया। उसके बाद ये दोनों भाइयों ने रेड्डीज ऑफ कोंडाविडू जो श्रीसलम में बेस्ड थे दे कुड कॉन्कर देम एंड आफ्टर दैट दे could they fought against the Gajapatis of Orissa. And then they turned to Telangana region, Warangal, where the Musunuri Nayakas, headed by a very dynamic leader, Kapaya Nayaka, was based. And from Kapaya Nayaka, they got two important fortresses, that is Devarkunda and Ratchakunda. The Ratchakunda fort is the same fort, Bongir fort, which you see on the way to Warangal. So once they could acquire their foothold of these two forts, they made their administrative centers over here. इसके बाद में this was a period of shifting military alliances. So the Padmanayakas sometimes joined hands with the Behmanis, sometimes with the Vijayanagar, and they started establishing the authority in these different places. ये है starting point of the petty principalities जिन्होंने अलाउद्दीन खिलजी एंड मोहम्मद बिन तुगलक के हाथों अपना पावर खो दिया था। ये एक पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू है। अब एक दूसरा पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू है कि ये कहा जाता है कि विजयनगर दौर में मिलिट्री लीडर्स थे कॉल्ड नायकाज। अब ये नायकाज मिलिट्री असिस्टेंस देते थे राजा को। And these were the people who were known as polygars, and they, on their palayams or their territories, they could establish their sovereignty. And ये जो palayams and polygars थे palayams के, they also got employment during the Adil Shahi and the Qutub Shahi times as फौजदार्स and मुखासादार्स। ये दौर तक फिर हम देखते हैं कि औरंगजेब आते हैं डेक्कन में, when Deccan was annexed to the Mughal Empire and it became part of Mughal Empire. So at that time we see that Aurangzeb found that so many petty principalities were there, and he particularly saw that they were not giving military assistance, they were only doing revenue functions. So he borrowed the terminology from the Marathwada region of Nadgaud, देशमुख एंड सरदेशमुख। इसीलिए आप देखते हैं कि गढ़वाल स्टेट में नटगौड़ वो टर्मिनोलॉजी यूज़ की गई एंड वानपर्ती में सरदेशमुख एंड देशमुख यूज़ किया गया। अब देखिए किस तरह एक क्रॉस कल्चरल या एक मिंगलिंग हो रहा है सारे डेक्कन में। फिर हम देखते हैं कि आसिफ जाही दौर पे जब हम आते हैं तो उस वक्त it is only during the time of the second Nizam Ali Khan Bahadur, उनके दौर में this whole process gets crystallized and the Samastans really start taking a proper shape as we know today. When we talk about Samastans, technically it is not appropriate to use the word Samastan up to the early 18th century. Till then, they were all kingdoms and petty principalities. And after that, the word Samastan really gets crystallized. Because when we look at facts in history, we need to support it with evidence. So the supporting evidence for the Padmanayakas is the epigraphic evidence which is available. Now, after having said that, I come to the literary kind of development, what exactly happened. And there's one thing I would like to say, that when the Samastans were interacting with so many different kingdoms, Gajapatis of Orissa, whether it was from the Marathwada region, to look at the kind of languages that were coming into the region of Telangana. आप देखिए from the time of the Kakatiyas of Warangal, classical Telugu and Sanskrit had come into the region. Then you see, with, having so much of interaction, whether it was a kind of animosity with the Gajapatis of Orissa, Oriya came into the region. Then हम देखते हैं कि Tamil, Kannada and Persian and फिर बाद में उर्दू भी आता है। So इस तरह there are different languages that are proliferating into this region. that one thing is very important to notice, one thing is very important to note is that the kind of relations that the Nizam and the Samastans had were on three levels: political, fiscal and ceremonial. जब भी दरबार होता था समस्तान में, निज़ाम, स्पेशली द सेवन्थ निज़ाम को बुलाया जाता था, आम तौर पर वो आते थे. एंड जब भी दरबार होता है हैदराबाद में, समस्तान होल्डर्स भी वहाँ जाते थे. तो इस तरह का बहुत ही क्लोज रिलेशंस भी थे. एंड गढ़वाल स्टेट के अलावा दूसरे समस्थान को मिलिट्री सर्विस नहीं देनी पड़ती थी. एंड लेकिन वो लोग हमेशा एक पेशकश देना, वो एक कंपल्सरी एक होता था. अब मैं आपको ख़ास तौर पे ये बताना चाहूँगी कि कुछ इम्पॉर्टेंट समस्थान्स हैं जहाँ पर पोएट्स एंड लिटरेरी मैन ऑफ लिटरेरी मेरिट इनको काफ़ी एनकरेजमेंट दिया जाता था. मैं ये नाम लेती हूँ. देखिए, समस्थान जब डेवलप हुए सिर्फ तेलंगाना में नहीं हुए. कोस्टल आंध्रा, तेलंगाना, कोस्टल आंध्रा का नाम को बोला जाता था नॉर्दर्न सरकार. तो नॉर्दर्न सरकार रीजन, तेलंगाना रीजन एंड रायलसीमा रीजन, तीनों रीजन्स में 60 से ज़्यादा समस्थान डेवलप हुए थे. समस्थान मतलब पेटी किंगडम्स. आई मीन समस्थान टर्मिनोलॉजी मैं सिर्फ 18वीं सदी से यूज़ करूँगी. तो ये कुछ समस्थान जो डेवलप हुए थे, उसमें सुरभि माधव रायलू फ्रॉम जतप्रोले. सर आप हैं यहाँ पर, इसलिए स्पेसिफिकली आई एम सेइंग he's from Jatprol. There Surabhi Madhava Rayalu from Jatprole, Mushtipalli Soma Bhupal from Gadwal, Venkatadri Apparao from Newswid, Venkata Ramachandra Krishna Rao from Polavaram, Vikram Deo Rao Varma from Jaipur. They were some of the zamindars who contributed to the richness of Telugu literature in their works. Now, एक बहुत important finding मुझे मिली जब मैं कुछ थोड़ी बहुत reading कर रही थी, तैयारी कर रही थी यहाँ आने के लिए, which I found very, something that really hit me was some Samastans started printing presses and they published ancient manuscripts and founded journals of repute. मेरे लिए ये बहुत अहम एक मुद्दा है, क्योंकि ये ऐसा एक मुद्दा है जहाँ पर इस पे ज़्यादा इन्वेस्टिगेशन हो सकता है और इस पे इसके ऊपर एक सारी आई थिंक एक पीएचडी थीसिस भी लिखी जा सकती है. क्योंकि देखिए, प्रिंटिंग प्रेस जब बनता है ना, उसका सिर्फ आप प्रिंटिंग प्रेस मत देखिए. देयर आर अ लॉट ऑफ डिफरेंट बेनिफिट्स दैट एक्रू फ्रॉम अ प्रिंटिंग प्रेस और पब्लिकेशन ऑफ मैन्यूस्क्रिप्ट्स एंड इवन फ्रॉम हैविंग अ जर्नल. तो वो टाइम पर समस्थान ने ये काम भी किया था. सम ऑफ द समस्थान इवन पेट्रोनाइज्ड the literary genre जो पेट्रोनाइज होता था, उसमें historical epics, plays and translations of classics, and scholars whose contribution to logic, aesthetics, philosophy, astrology and music were of great merit. Now I want to give you some examples of देखिए, ये ऐसा दौर था कि डेक्कन में तो काफ़ी एक दूसरे के साथ झगड़े हो रहे थे, फिर मिलिट्री अलायंसेस भी बन रहे थे एक दूसरे के साथ. तो ये लैंग्वेजेस तो दक्कन में एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जा ही रहे थे. लेकिन जब कॉलोनियल पावर्स यहाँ पर दाखिल हुए, तो जब हम देखते हैं देयर इज एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ अ तेलुगु फ्रेंच डिक्शनरी that was made in the early 19th century to help the French understand Telugu. Another Frenchman wrote a book on Hindu manners, customs and ceremonies, and it was circulated to all the employees of the French East India Company. Benjamin Schultz, a Danish missionary, wrote a book on Telugu literature. English scholars like George Barrow and A.D. Campbell worked on the grammar of Dravidian languages. 3 British scholars who deserve special praise here are who had the love for Telugu language were Colonel Mackenzie, Reverend Robert Caldwell, and Charles Philip Brown. Their writings, the writings of these scholars initiated a new era in comparative linguistics. They published pioneering works on lexicography, grammar, dictionaries, and books on proverbs. अब दोमकुंडा समस्थान पे जब हम आते हैं तो Naturally, we all know the name of Raja Rajeshwar Rao Asgar Sahab, who has done phenomenal work. He was multifaceted. He was well aware of so many languages, and उनके काम सारे जो उनके works हैं वो already हम सबके पास available हैं. And I think 2 papers भी पढ़े जा रहे हैं उनके ऊपर, तो इस पे मैं ज़्यादा नहीं जाऊँगी. लेकिन मैं राजेश्वर राव साहब असगर के contemporary उर्दू writers के बारे में थोड़ा बोलना चाहूँगी. Timma Reddy and Kondal Rao were 2 other lexicographers who wrote in Urdu. Konda Venkata Ranga Reddy wrote on law in Urdu. Raja Rajeshwar Rao, Palerla Srinivas Rao, Kaloji Rameshwar Rao, Sri Narayan Reddy and Devulapalli Ramanuja Rao are some of the important writers of Urdu in that period. Dasarathi, Ramappa and A. Raghavendra Rao are some of those who translated Telugu works into Urdu and vice versa. K. Gopal Krishna Rao wrote articles in Urdu on Telugu literature and translated some Telugu short stories into Urdu. He also studied the influence of Urdu on Telugu. Mandumala Narsingh Rao and Bandaru Srinivas Rao are some of the noted Urdu journalists of those times. तो ये थोड़ा सा एक इन्फॉर्मेशन था जो मैं सोची आप सबके साथ शेयर करूं, ताकि क्योंकि हम समस्तांस के बारे में जब बात करते हैं इनकी इर्तिका सब में ज़्यादा ज़रूरी हो जाती है. जब हम समस्तांस को जब हम इमेजिन करते हैं हमें इसके बारे में एक हिस्टोरिकल एंटीसीडेंट्स, ये पर्टिकुलर दौर के बारे में कैसे शामिल के समस्तांस इवॉल्व हुए, इसके बारे में हमें मालूमात हासिल करनी चाहिए. आई एम वेरी थैंकफुल दैट आप लोगों ने पेशेंटली मुझे सुना, एंड आई एम एक्सट्रीमली ग्रेटफुल वंस अगेन टू अनिल कामिनेनी साहब फॉर इन्वाइटिंग मी हियर टुडे. थैंक यू.
शुक्रिया मैडम.